Hello everyone. So previously we had discussed on the topic stack actually. Today we'll be discussing on the topic queue, right? What does the definition part say here? A queue is a linear data structure. Yeah, it is a linear data structure that follows the principle FIFO. When I say FIFO, it's nothing but first in, first out, right? First in, first out in the sense, a simple real world example. Let's consider here the railway ticket counter. Yeah, the guy who comes first actually will receive the ticket, will get the ticket first, and then he'll leave the line, right? So he'll stand in the queue, he'll get the ticket, and he'll leave the line. The first in, first out. It will be served in the first in, first out principle, right? The same thing. Right? So that's one of the relevant examples that I found. You can consider any example, right? So it doesn't matter. So next, let's move on with the explanation part here. In the queue, elements are added in the rear, nothing but the end queue, and removed from the front, nothing but the DQ, right? So in the queue, elements are added at the rear and removed from the front. Yep. The element that enters first will always leave first. First in, first out. That is the reason it the definition says that queue follows the principle first in, first out, nothing but the FIFO. Yeah. The element that enters the first will always leave first, just like people standing in a line. Just like people standing in a line. Yep. Just give me a second. See, let's discuss the same thing. As per the definition, what it said actually in the explanation part, sorry, what did I say? In the queue, elements are added at the rear. So see, so this is the front actually. Yep. So this is the front, the first one, and this is the rear actually, the end actually. This is the rear actually. Yep. So the elements are added at the rear. If we want to add the element 9, so we will be adding here at the rear actually. Yep. So we will be adding the element at the rear, and we will be able to remove from the front. So this is the front actually. Yeah, this is the front. So if we want to remove the element, suppose anything. So if we want to remove the element, we will be doing it here from the front actually. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Yeah. So this is the so yeah, this is it about the queue actually. Yep. So this is also called as front or head, and this is also called as back, tail, or rear. Usually we call it as front as well as the rear actually when it comes to the queue. Yep, just remember this one. So NQ means adding the element. We will be adding the element at the rear, and we will be dequeuing or we will be removing the element from the front actually. Yeah, the first who enters the line to receive the ticket actually, if I consider the ticket counter, the first who enters the line actually gets the ticket and he leaves actually. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. We will be removing or we will be dequeuing from the front. Yep. So this is it about the queue. Let's try to understand the same thing with a very simple example. So there are so many operations that the queue provides actually, right? So whether it may be add, so whether it may be this one, what do we call peak? Sorry, not add, peak. This one remove and is empty. There are so many operations that queue provides. So let's try to understand the same thing. Yeah, with the help of the example. See, I'll just go with import java dot this one. What do we call util? So I can just give util dot a star actually from the utilities. So it can take a queue stack and nothing, but we'll be mentioning every data structure correctly, right? So queue basically we'll be making use of the linked list. Yeah. And also let me go with import java dot util dot basically queue, right? So this is fine. Next, let me go with public class. So I'll just go with a main here. So this is fine. Go with main method. So here, first thing we have to, the syntax is we have to mention queue. So this is fine. And we will be considering integer. So this is of the type, this one integer variable queue. So let me complete this one. This basically comes from the linked list. Yeah, this is fine, I believe. Next thing, so we have successfully created a queue using linked list implementation. Yeah, we have successfully created a queue using linked list implementation. Then let's add certain values, right? Let's add some values to the rear of the queue, right? I'll just go with a, so we should be, so as we had discussed earlier, so if we want to add the element, then we will be adding to the rear actually, nothing but the end queue, right? So I'll just go with queue dot add of 10 here. So this is fine. And let me copy this one entirely. Let me paste it over here. Yeah, so this is fine. I'll just go with 20. Let me go with a 30. Yep. So we have successfully added the three values or three elements to the array of the queue, right? So next, let's do one thing. Let's print the front element without removing it. So I'll just go with system out println here. We are trying to print the front element without removing it, right? So for that one, Q provides operation called peek actually. Yeah. So I'll just go with Q dot peek here, right? So simple. What we are doing here, we are trying to print the front element without removing it. Yeah. Front element in the sense 10 first. Yeah. Then let's remove and return the front element. For that, I'll be making use of the remove, right? So I'll just go with here this one println. So let me go with remove. Yeah, this one. Yep. So this is fine. And the next one is so let's remove and return the next front element. Yeah, again the same thing actually. Let me copy the same thing. Let me paste it over here. The final one is uh, let's check whether the queue is empty or not. To check the queue is empty or not, queue provides an operation called isEmpty, right? Just remember this. Let me paste this one over here. So instead of the remove, I'll just go with a isEmpty. Yep. So what is the output that we need to get here? First, actually 10, because see here, we are making use of the peek operation. What does the peek do? As I've said, we are printing the front element without removing it. Yeah, without removing, we are just printing, right? So for that, we'll be making use of the or Q gives the peek operation. Yeah, Q provides peek operation. Yeah, then we are removing and returning the front element, removing and returning the front element. So after that, the next element would be 20 actually. Yeah, in the front element nothing but 20. Then what we are doing here, we are removing and returning the next front element. Again, we have made use of the remove twice, right? Remove operation twice actually. Then after 20 we have 30 actually, right? So it should be 30. Next, what we are doing, we are checking whether the queue is empty or not. So we have removed everything, right? So quite obviously it should be empty itself. Yep. So the output has to be basically uh, 10, 20, 30. So let's check the same first. So I'll just run this code. So yeah, see here, 10, sorry, what happened here? So yeah, this is correct. Let me explain here. Sorry, I got confused here. See, Q first, what we have done here, we have added 10, then yeah, so let me consider in this way. Yeah, we have added 10, then comes the 20 actually, then comes the 30, right? So here, so we are going with a Q, right? So just give me a second here. So yeah, 10. So let me go in this way. 10, 20, and 30 actually. First, what we are doing actually here. So first, this is the front actually. So this is the front. Sorry, this is the front actually. Yep. And 30, this is the rear actually. Yeah. This is the rear and this is the front actually. Yep. So we are going with the peak operation. See here, q dot peak. So we have 10, 20, 30, and we are going with the peak operation. Yeah. So this has to return uh, 10. Why? As I have said, what does the peek operation do here? It prints the front element without removing it, right? So in the front element, we have value 10. So it has to print 10. Yeah, we are getting the correct output. Next, so we are making use of the remove. So what it does, it removes the element 10, basically. Yeah. Then this element will be completely removed. Yep, this element will be completely removed. Usually it removes from the front, right? So this element will be completely removed actually. Yep, so now we have 30 and 20 in the queue, right? So 20 and 30 basically in the queue, right? So next we are again this one, what we are doing, again we are going with the remove, right? So again we are going with the remove. So now this time 20 will be removed. Yeah, so this time 20 will be removed, right? So this one, now we have only 30 in the queue. So this is also correct. So yep. So yeah, this is correct actually. Yeah. Peak, we have done this one. 10 actually. So I have showed this one 10, right? So next remove, we have removed 10 actually. Yep. So we have removed 10. Again, we went with the remove actually. We have removed 20, right? So we have removed 20. We have got the correct output. Finally, we are going with the is empty operation here. Q dot is empty. Is empty. So Q consists of the this one value 30. So we are getting the Boolean value false. It is not empty, right? Q consists of the value 30, right? So yep. So this is it about the Q actually, right? Very simple one. Next, what shall we do? Let's discuss the real world application. So basically Q, one second. Basically Q is used in this CPU scheduling. Yeah. So queues are used in the CPU scheduling, right? For the process execution order. Yep, within the process execution order. Next one, we will be making use of the queues, or we can just make use of the queues within the printer queue as well, right? Documents that is printed one by one. For that also, we can make use of this one queues actually. We will be making use of the queues within the BFS actually, the main one. Yeah. So we will be making use of the queues within the BFS and the graphs. Also, we'll be making use of the queues within the call center systems as well. Yeah, call center systems as well. The final one will be making use of the queues within the order processing systems, within the order processing system. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. So yeah, these are some of the real world applications. Then finally, let's come to the time and this one space complexity part. So what will be the time complexity? For the time complexity, see, for the NQ, for the NQ, it will be big of 1. So we will be adding the element within the NQ, right? NQing means adding the element itself. So element will be added directly at the rear, leading to the big of 1 time complexity. What will be the time complexity for the DQ? So we will be removing the element. So element will be removed directly from the front actually. So it will lead to big of 1 as well. It will lead to big of 1 as well. So the final one is peak actually. Peak. So this will be big of 1 as well because the front element will be accessed instantly, right? So the time complexity for the this one NQ, DQ as well as the peak operation would be big of 1, and the space complexity, overall space complexity would lead to big of n. Why it is big of n here? Because see, space required, so we need space required to store all the n elements in the queue. That would lead to big of n space complexity, right? So this is fine. So just remember one thing. So this is it for the queue. We can make use of the queue, or a queue is best when order matters. When order matters a lot, yeah, when order is the highest priority, then it is better to go with a queue, right? And elements must be processed exactly in the order they arrive, right? So a queue is best when order matters and elements must be processed exactly in the order they arrive. Yep. So this is it for the, or this is it about the queues actually. Yep. Next, let's do one thing. Let's discuss about the DQ, right? So for now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.